I'm just over listening to people at this point. Hmm. Interesting. Okay. That's probably a pretty hard confirm to get. Oh, what's up, Squid? How you doing? Okay. Uh, so like he's calling Nappa too late. So like this is still guard cancelable. Like when you see the EX. If you guard cancel late, then Nappa smokes you, but like you can just do it here. There's no reason not to. Because it's like him calling Nappa this late is like a layer 2 interaction. As in like you show him that you guard cancel EX legs, and so he intentionally calls Nappa earlier so that the guard point kills you. But like yeah, until he actually adjusts to calling it later to deal with guard cancel, just keep guard canceling him. There's no reason not to. Cali's team gets significantly weaker when Team Gohan is dead, so winning the point matchup is quite important. Okay, I would like to see you do I don't know, Ramir, are you here? Actually, I don't know if he's here or if he's just gonna watch the VOD. Okay, so when we played yesterday, I was doing something to you because I knew that you were gonna look for like normal IED shit and like try to just like mash EX throw out of the corner with 16. So like Cali will do something similar because he likes to press LDP. So he'll just like do LDP plus assist. So like instead of doing this, which you can't stop him from doing LDP if you do this because it's frame 1 air invulnerable. So if he presses the LDP and he does super, he just gets out because TN is safe DHC. So either you need to reflect OS this whenever you do this ID, or just go faster. Just like literally do your ID a bit faster and go low. You'll hit him every time. You'll just hit him. And that was working quite a lot. So just like, yeah, I'd like to see you mix that into your like corner situation. What you did here is not bad, but like he does like to press it, so it is something you need to be aware of. And you did play him earlier in the tournament, I think too, right? I think you played him earlier this tournament, so you would know. Like you should know, like, okay, he's like the, yeah, it's really good. It's really good because I still get a meaty, and it's a free hit if you just choose to not block. Okay. Be careful about this. This is I have to warn more and more people about this. About like, so you tech here and you immediately ID forward, and the problem with doing this is that a lot of people like to mash super dash when they drop combos, and so like if he super dashes you here, you have no idea where you need to block. You have no clue, right? You literally just get mixed by super dash. No one knows what side it's gonna hit you on. So be careful about spending your air dash immediately. Sometimes it's better to fall a little bit than wait. And then like if he goes for an air to air, then you're safe. If he super dashes, then you get your air action back anyway, like so on and so forth. And like he's reaching here too. So this is all of this is information, right? It's not very far into game 1. But like we've already learned a lot of things here, right? Like we learned that, you know, instead of combo drop super dashing, he's gonna combo drop scramble, and he's trying to get this, he's like desperately trying to get this hit back. He's like, fuck, I missed it. And like if you know people do this, then you can take advantage of it in a few different ways. Bad assist call, really bad assist call. Look at 16's health. There's no reason to call assist instead of tag here, unless you were trying to tag and you accidentally called assist. That's a free tag, honestly. Like, and even if it's not, so the problem with this situation is that if he 2H's you, it's still good for you. It's still fine. You'd rather take the mix up with a foiled character than 16, right? So just literally just tag there, and then if it gets punished, then he has to spend a meter to snap you back in, even if he wants to. If he doesn't want to snap you back in, then you're just in the same situation. You just get knocked down on a full health character, which isn't that bad, all things considered. But that assist call in the corner is not the greatest. It's a good mix up. I would be careful about getting so like this situation is always really scary because like you almost assuredly know that he's gonna spark. So I like the choice to do cross up here so that at least if he sparks, you're not sparked into the corner, because that's like really bad. That being said, I don't know if you can, I don't know if you did it late, but I can't help but feel that you might be able to safe jump the sparking with this. I'm not sure if it's possible or not, but I would lab that. I would have mashed. I would have absolutely mashed. So the thing about Nappa, right? And you know, it's a character that not many American players are familiar with, which is like part of the reason that there's like kind of like this fear. Now Nappa is a fine character, and like some of the stuff he does is legitimately like just really scary. But there are things that Nappa follows a certain logic, right? And most of the time, people that struggle against Nappa fail to understand that logic, which is why they get smoked by Cybermen over and over and over again, right? So, okay, Zaphion, listen, bro. I don't know why you're like this, but like, I have a schedule for a reason. I don't know why you would believe it wouldn't be on the same day that I'd always do it. I don't know, man. It just, I just don't understand. Okay, so you delay wake up, and you like, this is a good delay wake up, right? Because he tried to meaty with Team Gohan, he just misses. Like I would have pressed there. I would have pressed there because one, I'm Vegito, right? I'm Vegito, so Cyberman is not a worry because it's physical. So like if you wake up and you press 5L, even if he blocks, you hit the Cyberman and he goes away. So yeah, I would have pressed there, but it's not a necessity. Okay, this is like kind of an ugly scramble. So, okay, you vanish out. You're pretty high up here. It's not your turn, so you just wait. And yeah, these defensive assist calls are getting smoked quite a lot. Tag. You guessed DR. That's pretty bad. It's -5. It like so like this situation is like so I just want to point out that he's fucking random for doing this. And the reason I say that is because like he would get really mad if someone did this to him. And that's why I really hate this decision from him. There's not really there's a lot of things that you can do here though, right? Because this is -5. So if I were you in this situation, I would probably just super jump. And the reason is because Nappa's air game is like not super great, and so he has a hard time like combating characters in the air. So if I'm forcing him to use Nappa's worst aspects, which is his air buttons, against me to stop me from leaving the corner, then like that's gonna be a higher percentage situation. Now who expects him to do -5 into level 3, right? But you guessed DR, so it's pretty rough. Can't he do the move again to bring you to the ground? It's -5. No, he cannot. He has to go up there and stop you from super jumping with his point character, which is a hard read. He cannot react in time. So yeah, He did armor into level 3. Yeah, he didn't. He ran out of options. People get more and more desperate the longer they put you on block stun and don't get the hit. So that's like very, very important. I missed 5M probably, I'm guessing. So I agree with the position switch. I think it's fine. I think it's fine. There's benefits and drawbacks. Vegito has an easier time in the point matchup, probably. But I think Vegito assist is stronger for getting the first hit in point matchups. So yeah, it's just trade-offs. Oh, nice. Pretty funny. This matchup gets a lot harder for you the moment you start to fear him. You cannot fear him. You can respect him, but you cannot fear him. It's still Nappa at the end of the day. Take a check. Make sure if you're if you're doing Moonjump Oki mid screen and you're doing JH, make sure you work in back dash OS into it as well. Make sure you're tapping back twice during it, because you might just punish like you can whiff punish a DP, right? If he decides to do DP and try to do safe DHC, you just get a whiff punish and he dies for free. So make sure you're doing that whenever you're doing your Moonjump Oki. More buttons, but very important against teams like this that allow him quote unquote free way out. It's not actually a free way out, but just play lame. Just play lame. Just play lame. Just play lame. But like, the only way you lose here is if you get hit by Sparking Tien. That's all. Choosing not to shoot here is fine. Like in this situation, it's okay not to shoot as much because empty vanish is gonna put you in a horrible ass situation. But like, just don't commit to anything. Just literally just wait for him to try to force his way in, because he is, right? You can see how it's working. Like he's like literally overextending. And then the moment that you decide to commit is where you get punished. Okay. You can't miss that. Nice punish though. Just level 3 him. Oh. I would look for like a bust out, like a vanish out or something. He just gets mixed. That works. Yeah, Cali does choose some interesting defensive options sometimes, so if you can look to capitalize on them, then that works out really well. You got kind of lucky here in this game too. That's actually pretty funny. It's because you miss your moon jump JH that you're able to confirm on this. That's hilarious. He actually struggles really hard against Vegito, so playing Vegito point I think is fine if you want to go that route against him. Just like don't let him die, right? I think he has a really hard time against Vegito. It looks like it. He doesn't know how to deal with like even the very standard like Vegito stuff. I would be looking for, okay, that's fine. He only has one bar, so like DHC isn't that big of a threat there. Bust out, you don't need to. There's no need to. And more so, right? This is a bad place to bust out just because like you could actually die. You actually could die from here because you're like close to corner. I think you actually do end up dying, right? Oh, he drops it, but you would have died. You would have died, and you can't afford to lose Vegito. So don't take that risk next time. It's still like, and that's the thing. Like a lot of people are not treating Nappa like he's a normal ass character. That's Nappa with no assists. What are you scared of, right? What are you actually afraid of from Nappa with no assist? Like this shouldn't be that. It's not that scary, right? As long as you can block the overhead, you'll be fine. Oh my god. Ugh. Yeah, that's why I'm laughing. Take space from him. Take space from him. Take space from him. Take space from him. Listen, you're playing two back with 16 here. When you're 16 and you're in against Nappa, especially because he has no assist here, so you have time to cut the screen in half. And Nappa cannot defend himself. He really cannot, because like it's not like he's gonna press guard point on like a jump in or something like that, right? Like he's just not gonna do that. So like when you have a situation where it's literally Nappa solo, please challenge him. Like just take space. Just take space from him. The problem with waiting for your assist to regen is that his are regenning quicker. That's the problem, right? The problem with sitting back and waiting is that he's gonna get his assist back before you, and you win the 1v1 here. You win the 1v1, but you only get it for a small window. So you need to go in while this is cooling down, or not at all. But like like I said, if you don't go in at all, then you let him get his assist back up, and he starts planning shit if that's what you want to deal with. Because like now Team Gohan's off cooldown, Tien's off cooldown. You're still waiting on yours. See, you're waiting. So like waiting there is like not maybe not the best choice. And like you can still take space from him without committing super hard. What are you adding me for? What's up, man? I'm gonna need you to every now and then please just super dash at Nappa in the air. Don't let it rock every time, but please just like sometimes just let it rip, especially when Team Gohan's not available. Maybe check with armor there next time. Okay. He didn't 50-50. Nice. Okay, this sucks. This sucks, but it's a very common situation. Like you have to learn how to deal with this. It sucks that it is that way. That the game rewards people who literally make a mistake. Like he literally missed an IED, and then he just mashed on the way down because he's like, oh shit, I missed, right? It sucks, but we just gotta we gotta learn what to do here, because 2H is probably not gonna work because he's forward momentum. So you have to like walk out of the corner here. Class is like maximum security prison. How are you on your phone in class then? Oh, later, Crabbo. Good initiative. Can afford to be a tiny bit more aggressive though. Like you got ID forward on him here, because it's 30 frames and he air blocks, so it's 36 frames of block stun. So you could turn this into a mix-up situation. You didn't have to back off. Yep. Make him guess. Make him guess. The more he guesses, the more we win. Yep. So, okay, what you can do to be safe to LDP, this won't work on M, but the moon jump that you're doing will safe jump MDP naturally. Just call Broly a little earlier so that it makes contact a little bit before you get there. And if he gets hit by the Broly assist and you like hit him, depending on the hit that you do, you could either confirm or you could even like vanish confirm if you really wanted to. But yeah, so spatial awareness gets challenged here. So you know that he plants here. He like almost always is gonna spend TN assist to plant. Like LDP is frame 1 air invulnerable. So yeah. When he plants. When he plants, you have to be now thinking about, because most of the time what's going to happen is he's going to plant and he's going to try to force some type of interaction immediately. And the reason that he wants to force an interaction is because he wants to take your mind off the fact that the Cyberman is there. So it's very important to not lose sight of it. Now you don't want to tunnel vision on it, because then you'll just like get hit by like an IED or a DR. Or something like that, but you do want to be mindful of the fact that it is still back there and it does not go away from your assist, where like if this was an assist call, then like 16 probably would have just smoked him, but it's not. They're projectile invulnerable, so unless you interact with it physically, you can't make it go away on EX in particular. Also, you can afford to there are some situations where you can afford to take a risk. Like let's see like maybe not in that particular situation. You just probably had to block that one out. But if the Cybermen and Nappa are ever on the same side, then literally just like wait for a gap and mash. Like you can GC too, because GC the character comes in and has a hitbox the whole way, and it's invul the whole way as well. So he died for this. Yeah, no, that makes sense. He should die for this. You should win this game. You should not have lost this game. And the reason I say that is because Cali's spark transition is not that good. He's not running good transition into 50-50 in sparking. It's something that you should probably practice a little bit more. But so like you should feel comfortable literally just like doing nothing. Like look how many times he gets hit from full screen, right? Like he's obviously trying to force an interaction again. But no, you have Ki Blast. Just, yeah, stay your ass over there. Yep, he's gonna take a risk eventually, right? Eventually, if you keep playing like that, you're gonna force him to take a risk. And he's not someone that will hold back like letting Super Dash rock. So eventually he will do it. It's just a matter of time. There, he decided to try to like hit a dead zone with jump Ki Blast, but it's really slow for him to get up there. You have a lot of time to just respond, and then you Super Dash at him, and we led to this situation, which is really good for you. You just gotta play his weaknesses more. I would do something super non-committal. Yeah, I think that's fine. Okay. Wow, he bet it? Oh, you didn't confirm though, and then he... Oh my god, people really just be mashing their Super Dash button when they drop shit. So ugly. That was kind of a hard confirm. Yeah, you'd have had the 2H immediately. Or, like, jump confirmed it. Yep. I think you should play... Oh my god, that was so bad. You need to play more with your opponent's block timer. And what I mean by that is like everyone has a number. I have found in my experience, everyone has a certain amount of time that they will accept for blocking before they choose an option. And Callie's timer is relatively short compared to yours. Like Callie's timer is shorter than yours. So if you put him in block stun for long enough, he will just press something. And now what he presses is a mystery, right? But like you can force him to pick an option by just doing real standard shit. That bust out would have been what, the EX grab thing? So risky. But why did you? I don't know why you level 3 there though. Pretty weird. That wasn't like a situation where I think you had to bust out, but. You haven't knowledge checked him post 6M with EX yet. 6M, yeah. You're just getting hit by the same thing over and over again. Keep playing lame. You decide to go in when your assist is expended. You're like, okay, my assist is now useless. Now it's time to go in. I'm Premier. Yeah, dude. Why? Doesn't make any sense. Okay, that's a hard punish to get. Nice. He caught his 5M. He should die. Actually, it's close. You have Broly off cooldown though. It's not enough, I don't think. Oh my god, bro. Ugh. God. This should never happen. This should never happen. Because, like, if you beat him, he just can't vanish anyway. I don't know what you're looking for. Maybe reflect. But, like, you just... It's 4-frame startup. If you just do the meaty correctly, like... I don't know, man. You knew he would vanish? Okay, so here's the question. If you know he would vanish, why not just press a button to hit the startup instead of waiting for him to vanish? That's what I mean by attacking the problem before it manifests itself, right? If you identify an issue here, right, and you have an option that you can choose to stop the problem from even arising in the first place, why not choose that option, right? If you have the ability to stop the vanish before it comes out, then you should do that instead of risking letting him vanish and then Dragon Ball being Dragon Ball and your startup getting hit or something like that, right? That's, you want to take that upon yourself. If there's ever something that you can do to cut off the issue before it starts, don't let the problem happen, right? And then letting the problem happen and then answering it is like fine every now and then, but if you have the ability to stop the problem from happening before it even happens, it's just way safer. It's way safer, right? So I don't know if it's a hard read on vanish there, just literally press 5L and you hit his 4 frames, he just fucking dies. Like especially like when literally any hit will kill him. There's no reason to let him do the thing that you know he's gonna do, right? At least on things that are not frame 1. If things are frame 1, then like you can't really stop them from doing it, but stuff like vanish, you absolutely can. I think this is a punish. I want to say it's a punish. It's close. It's really close. Like if you press 2 through 6S here on reaction, I think it's a punish. It's close though. It's really, really close. I would have probably went for it though. Five S. Why'd you 5S? You wanted to catch his landing, but he double jumped? Bro, how often have you you gotta wait for the double jump. It's the way it is. I wouldn't even go for this in the first place because like in 10 situations where it's like one hit determines the game, people tend to rely on system mechanics quite a lot. Like I would not be surprised. I would not be surprised if he pressed super dash here either, right? I literally would not be surprised. So I think this is pretty low percentage, just because like it doesn't deal with system mechanics, and it also was before he spent his double jump. I don't know. It feels very hard read. Like, okay, why not just like literally this is safer. So if you're here and you see him jump, instead of catching his landing, just fucking command grab him, right? If that is your goal, is to stop, like to meaty his landing, you could just check him with command grab. And if he's airborne and he gets hit by it, he literally dies from this point. I think he literally just dies. I don't think he lives a command grab at this point. So I think that's much safer if you're trying to check someone like that. Does he still have like air actions after and shit? So I don't know. It felt like what you chose there was just a little bit too low percentage for my liking. You also, let me see if this is the case. Okay, yeah, you didn't get the meter until after he hit you, so I was gonna say you might have been able to vanish the safety there, but you didn't have the meter. But yeah, 5S, like throwing out normals in that situation is only really good if you have a contingency plan, and you just kind of didn't because like you didn't have any meter or anything like that, so it's pretty hard. I'm fine, man. You gotta stop being scared, man. Well, I wouldn't listen to Alex too much, because Alex presses EX command grabs with his characters too much. But I do think you should do it every once in a while, especially if it's for the purposes of anti-airing people. Wait, who's this? Oh, Lucar. Okay. Oh, sick. What do you mean, ouch? It's true. It. This is really good bait from him. Two drops already. No, it's not Measy. Blue car. I would just meet it here because he has sparking. I guess that works, but kind of a sloppy meaty. How fast is cell 6H? Slow. God, your sparking transition is really fucking bad. Sparking into nothing? If you're gonna spark into nothing, you might as well not spark at all there. You had no assist, what can you do there? You can still empty vanish and RPS him. If he presses 2H and you press backdash, you get a full punish. Don't do that. There's actually like, this is the least scary UI can be. Just literally just block that one out. There's no reason to bust out there. That shit is not real. Holy fuck. This is like where your nerves start setting in, because you had a lead and now you've lost that lead, and now you're getting really antsy on defense, and Lucar is just taking advantage of the fact that you're hard committing on defense every time now instead of just blocking and waiting to expend him out of resources. Like, how'd you get hit there? I don't know, man. Bad habit. A lot of 21s do this. You're waiting until you spend all your resources to command grab him. So like you reset string, right? But there's not anything he has to fear here anymore, because you started your string with M's, meaning that the only thing that you can do here is another M, an H, or a special move. That's all you can do. So like it's only after you do the pressure reset that you went for command grab, which is why Lucar is ready to fuzzy super dash here. What works out a lot better for me is like in like a lot of people have probably experienced this before, but sometimes I'll literally just EX and be plus 20 and I'll just command grab you here. I just won't even press a button. There's no point. But why? Like there's no why? And the reason I do that is because I am decreasing my transition time, right? transition game is like one of the most important aspects of the game. The more time you give your opponent to assess their options on defense, the harder it is to hit them. And Lucar is someone that is really good at like, if he's given time to think out what to do on defense, he's really good at defending. So you want to decrease your transition time. So when the mix-up happens, it needs to happen faster. So you're plus 20 here, something needs to happen immediately. And Super Dash is airborne on frame 5, so it's a really hard fuzzy Super Dash to get on command grab post EX ball like this. Or like there's a lot of different things, right? You could cross up here, you could pressure reset into L's, which is way better, way better, because their 2L is -2, and her restagger game is really fucking annoying to deal with. Even for 16, who has long buttons, it's like really annoying for him to try to get a place to challenge in between 2Ls. It's like just really hard to do. So the reason that this Super Dash comes out is because he's literally like, okay, he doesn't have anything left to mix me, he doesn't have any assist. He started his string with M, so I'm comfortable EX, or I'm comfortable fuzzy jumping or fuzzy super dashing here. It's just defensive logic. Good challenge. Could have done a better combo there, but that's fine. I wonder if he's one to do 2-2-S. No, okay, he doesn't. Some UIs will press 2-2-S there, so you have to adjust a little bit. Pretty sure that's a punish. Yeah, it absolutely is a punish. He actually gave you the game here, but you got to be woke to get this punish. You have to spend both assists to get a knockdown here now. You see where he went wrong here? This is why this round start is not very, like, I'm not a fan of this round start, because even if you get the hit, you literally have to spend 2 assists to get a knockdown. There's no other way for you to get a knockdown anymore. Unless you want to vanish and take him out of the corner, which is like almost as bad. So like, because you do soft knockdown, like he's able to up tech, you miss your meaty, he double jumps, you try to air him, trying to get your hit back. This is an overextension on your part. Sometimes when you miss your meaty, a meaty, people in Dragon Ball have this idea that like, oh, if I miss something, I should just mash and maybe I'll get it back. But like, players like Lucar are really good at punishing overextensions like this, which that is like, if you miss your meaty there, it's okay to disengage. Just be like, all right, bro, I don't want to be here anymore. Because do you really want to scramble with UI assist? Probably don't want to scramble with UI assist. So. Yeah, it's not great. It's not great. Not gonna lie, you press 2-2-S. Yeah, but the problem with 2-2-S'ing is that she can literally backdash OS or Oki, and you whiff 2-2-S and you literally die. So it's like, if you want to take the risk, then go ahead. But competent 21s will punish you and check you for doing so. Run spec. Okay, yeah. Big assist call. It's fine. Like, you're fine, like, taking hits like that. That's, like, not a big deal. You have to spend an assist to do the fake. You up tech, double jump, and then you press something. You get air to air for it. Okay, this is a good attempt. And good on Lucar for parking there. He's winning like most scrambles. He's winning an overwhelming majority of scrambles right now. Why? Listen, man, when you choose to play Cell, you have to realize that there are gonna be periods of time where you just have to kind of do nothing, right? And the sooner you accept that, the better off you'll be in the neutral. It's because you get antsy, or you get like, it's like you get restless leg syndrome, and you feel like, oh, it hasn't been long enough before I did something, so it's time to just fucking YOLO do some shit. Because this is such a stupid decision, man. It's really stupid. Because like, you see the 16 call, you know it goes twice, and you roll and crush into it. It's like, that's just very foolish. Very foolish. Sometimes just less is more. Just literally just do nothing. This is gone, cool. Now I can wiggle a little bit more. I was gonna say I would be looking for special tech here. Yeah, I don't think you can be safe to that on special tech. Okay, let's back up. What would have been better to do here? When you get this combo, vanish and bring 21 in. Vanish DR, bring 21 in. You have plenty of meter. It doesn't matter that you spend an extra. 21 has more health and better Oki. Why not just literally do that instead? It sets up it's a better contingency plan against a character like UI that has a lot of defensive options on wake up. And the dynamic right now is like, if you get hit by any of his defensive mechanics, you lose your character, right? But you don't lose 21 if you happen to get hit by a defensive mechanic and, you know, he decides to spend resources on it. So I think that would have been a better option. That reflect tag was really fucking bad. Lucar is even worse for not punishing this, because holy shit, look how much time he had. He didn't even commit to anything after the 5L either, so it's like almost like he was looking for a reflect tag. He just didn't do anything. What a Lucar play. Ironically enough, if you had just kept doing your string, you would have got the hit here. If you went into 2M, you would have smoked him. He was dead too. Got too much dip on your chips here. This shit is not good. I see you do this a lot. It's not good. You should probably just stop doing this altogether. Gave him a free punish. Alright, look. A few things. One, on defense, you're literally Pringles. Like, you're... Like, it's to the point where, like, if I do a block string on you at any given time, I'm, like, pretty confident I'm gonna get the hit. Because you wiggle too much, and you're like like really panicky too. Like you like panic on defense when like something doesn't go your way, and then you're forced to defend. what happens immediately after will usually be pretty hard committal on your part. And so what Lucar did, Lucar is a really simple player. All he's looking is for you to commit and punish your commitment. So against players like this, you have to commit less on defense, on offense, just in general. Just commit less, and then you will notice that Lucar's offensive game is not super strong. It's actually, his mix-up game is not very good. And so it'll be hard for him to hit you if you're just more calm on defense. Especially like transitioning for like mindset from like, oh, we're in a scramble to, oh, I have to defend, is something that a lot of players struggle with. And I think it's something that you struggle with as well. You just need to work on it. You need to work on, you know, even though it was a scramble and shit is crazy, when your opponent gets a block string on you, it's a block string. You have to hold it. Like, and you know, taking a block string or even a normal ass mix isn't the end of the world most of the time, especially if they're not running a team that is like explicit 50-50s, which his team really isn't, especially mid screen. Like Vidal's hard to block. Vidal's pretty hard to block, but like he's not doing, like, he's not kitening you, he's not doing any of that. So I think your level of commitment on defense did not match the offense from your opponent. That is the goal. When your opponent's offense is up here, your defense needs to be up here, right? And wherever their offense is, you want to match that, at least match it. It's okay to be higher on defense at any given time, because the game is won on the defensive end, and that's why it's important, right? Is because defense is going to win out in an overwhelming majority of scenarios. So you always want your defense to be on par or better than your opponent's offense, and here it just wasn't. Lucar's offense was pretty mediocre, but your defense was even worse. So you just get hit every block string, and it's really easy to win the game whenever you can hit your opponent every single block string, right? So that's really important. In neutral, you need to like really learn what you're doing. You need to learn how to play proper neutral. And neutral is not as simple as people think it is, especially when you're playing a character that lacks long range game like Cell. So your goal in neutral, you have to get in. You have to get in. You have to. There's no choice. Cell has to get in, or else the character is useless. If he never gets in, then he does not function as a character, right? What does that mean? That means that in neutral, we're focusing more on moving close to our opponent without committing, cutting the screen in half, limiting the options that they have to move backwards so that they're forced to interact with Cell, right? We need to force them to interact with us in a favorable manner. And there's a lot of different ways to force an interaction. Some are really stupid, but some are really smart. Moon jumping is way easier this season. So like if you back up and then you do moon jump plus 21 and you literally just wait to see what happens, it's like a really easy way to just play neutral, right? Like if he blocks, then cool. You can disengage or try to do a block string. If he gets hit, it's an easy confirm because it has like 80,000 frames of hit stun. So like you don't have to do this rolling crush nonsense. It's not good. It's this rolling crush shit that you're doing is just not good. It's not good on round start. It's not good in neutral because of the resources, the risk reward associated with doing rolling crush in neutral. It's just not good. If you hit him, sure, what happens? You have to spend 2 assists to even get a knockdown, and you don't even build 2 bars. If you're wrong, you get anti-aired and lose the character, which is more like, well, what side is more weighted in that point, right? The risk is way higher than the reward. So it's not, anytime in neutral that there's a dynamic where the risk that you're taking does not match the reward or exceeds it by a great amount, then you just shouldn't choose it. You just shouldn't. That is what a bad neutral option is, right? People ask me all the time, you know, how do I play neutral? What's a good option for neutral, right? Generally in Dragon Ball FighterZ, the best thing to do is the thing that takes the least amount of risk while still offering decent reward, right? That's just how the game works. It's not like that for every game, but it definitely is like that for Dragon Ball FighterZ, and that is why the game at high level is just, it's super movement based, right? Because your movement is not that committal. You can always block out of movement. You can always block. Blocking is frame on. So that's why they're moon jumping a lot, and they're just like, you know, dash jumping and calling assists, because these are options that you can use to get in on your opponent without hard committing. You need to learn that. You need to learn that, rely on those options far more. Block string philosophy, you need more mix-up on your block strings. You're choosing similar block strings with your characters almost every time, and it makes it easier to defend. Like, the more you choose the same block string, the easier it makes it for your opponent to answer said block string. And for a character like Cell, where like you really need them to respect your block string so you can get your mix-up game going, you need to mix it up a little bit. And you'll notice like people are not gonna want to block Cell, so like they might start committing themselves. They might start pressing buttons, or they might, you know, start pressing reflect or something like that. And if your block string is good enough, or your frame traps are good, then you're just gonna get free hits before the mix-up even happens. So like now you took an M starter from Cell and he has 2 assists available to nuke your health bar, right? That only happens if you condition your opponent to the point where, okay, I really don't want to block Cell, so so they choose something committal, and that is really important. Your spark transition game, there was only one situation where you could have done something. So like the thing about spark is that even if you don't have an assist, empty vanish is still really fucking stupid. And the reason that it's really fucking stupid is because your opponent has to guess in a situation where the risk reward is like super not in their favor. If you have no assist and you empty vanish in on your opponent, no matter what they choose, no matter what they choose, they pretty much they get either nuked or they give you a bunch of meter for being wrong. So if you empty vanish and you backdash and they press 2H, you super dash punish them, and you build at least 2 bars, right? If they don't down tech, if they don't down tech in 2H and you empty vanish, you still get a jail to the ground, which gives your assist time to cool down. Because the thing about sparking is the moment you press sparking, your assists start regenning. So all you need to do at that point is do a long enough block string to get your assist back and run your 50-50. So like even empty vanishing without an assist can be valuable. You do want to be careful of, like, you know, character specific options. Like some characters have certain things to check empty vanish and stuff like that, but like until he shows you like, okay, I'm ready for it, then you just fucking do it, man. Just don't sparking is too good to be spending sparking and doing nothing with it, right? That the thing that makes sparking so strong is what it can do after activation, right? It's the disengage and then the offense that it gives you, the pressure that it gives you afterwards. If you're only getting 1/2 of that benefit, it's very hard to win, very difficult to win. So those are the things that I would say work on from this set. Where do you go for the Degens, Cats, and Tourney?